Evening, everybody. ICY here. Talk about a couple of quick things because finally the police departments in the various states are getting tired of dealing with these protesters on these college campuses, and they're putting a stop to it. Now, with that in mind, what is happening is these people that are pro-Palestine, pro-Hamas, they are using the videos of the police arresting these demonstrators, protesters, I call them criminals, and they're using it as a counter propaganda against the police force and against the country as a whole. So this message goes out to all these kids that say that they are pro-Palestine and they want these colleges to stop supporting any company that deals with Israel. Let's put things into perspective, kiddies. What you want doesn't matter. You are worth nothing until after you graduate and get a job and become a contributing member of society. Right now, you are contributing nothing. You are a burden to both yourself, your family, and those around you because you are still immature, acting like a foolish child. You are supporting a group, Hamas, which makes me laugh. You're sitting there saying, like Queers for Palestine. If you're gay and you go to the Middle East, what happens is they beat you to a pulp and throw you off the roof of a building. They do not tolerate homophobes or homosexuals, in the Islamic religion. It's a violation of their Islamic law. So don't even. And as for you young ladies, they're sitting there saying how you want to convert to Islam and you saying that they're going to support them. Let's put it this way. Under Islam, for the most part, you have no say. You have to be escorted by family members wherever you go. If you were to be, and I just read this happened to a young lady in Pakistan, if you are to be kidnapped and then raped, if you are brought back to your family somehow, your family's going to turn around and execute you because you violated the law, the Islamic law, and also you brought dishonor upon the family. And the only way to rectify the dishonorable action of you being raped is to execute you. This is what goes on within, not all, but many Islamic families and different religious sects within Islam. Now, Palestine. There was recently an interview of the son of one of the co-founders of Hamas, and he stated on television that there is no Palestine. Never has been. It's a tribe, like Cherokees or the Seneca or, whatever. And he said, if there was to be a Palestine, there would be no Israel because in order to achieve what Palestine wants, you have to destroy Israel. There is no happy medium, no way to work around it. It's all or nothing. And then you also have to take into account that these people have been fighting each other for over 2,000 years. You're not going to fix it by protesting. Now, the protesters. More than a third of these protesters are not even college students. They're outside radicals and infiltrated in with the students, and they got them all worked up and stirred up and believing a bunch of garbage because this is what they do. They are professional antagonists, professional radicals. That's how they get their jollies, Let's destroy stuff. Let's ruin things. Let's have fun destroying property. Well, let's put it this way. A peaceful protest does not have you shouting at people that walk by, hindering movement of anyone. It is not peaceful if you are vandalizing a building, establishing barricades. It's not even peaceful if you're wearing a mask. Because if you're wearing a mask, number one, think about it. If a peaceful protest is perfectly legal within this country, and if you are actually protesting peacefully, you have no fear of the law. So why would you cover your face? If you're covering your face, you know you're breaking the law because you're doing things wrong, and you know it. I mean, I can't remember which college it was, but they sent a letter demanding that they want blanket amnesty for everybody that was involved. No, you should be expelled. If you were a student, you get expelled. If you were not a student, well, you get arrested. Actually, even if you're a student, you should get arrested too. You damaged, private property. You destroyed property. You destroyed the grounds. You, threatened people. Jewish students, felt threatened by your presence. And if you sit there saying you support Hamas, basically you are a threat to the United States because you are an unknown element. You're a terrorist supporter, which means that you actually agree with the idea of killing U.S. citizens or killing Jews because that is what you're supporting. So you're a threat to everyone, so you need to be arrested too. And to make sure that you are not a threat to the future of this country and to the citizens here, if it was me, I would revoke your citizenship and put you on a one-way plane flight to Tehran. You can go and live there. Or you can go to Gaza. You're so pro-Hamas. Go to Gaza and see how long you live, because they don't like Americans. So you're on the hit list regardless. So don't be stupid. Now, what else is going on? Oh, the cops are doing great that are, putting these protesters down. The administrators of these colleges are doing a terrible job. And they're demanding so much. Oh, we need more money for this, more money for that. No. Spend your own damn money first before you ask for any more taxpayer funds. The big four, Yale, Harvard, Columbia, I can't remember the other one, they're getting paid over $500 million a year in taxpayer funds. Why? Example, Harvard has over $42 billion sitting in endowments in the bank. Why aren't they spending their money? Why are they using our money and sitting on theirs? That's got to end. The other way to fix this system is we've got to get rid of the Department of Education. All of it. Turn control of the schools back over to the respective states with certain provisos, such as you have to do away with social studies. Social studies, ever since they introduced social studies, you can actually use a bar graph and see the decline in the education of our kids ever since the Department of Education was created, and they imposed social studies to take the place of history. So you have to reinstate history, American history, world history, African Asian culture, because I did take that when I was in high school back in the 70s. I'm a very well-rounded individual. I'm not a genius, far from it, but I'm not stupid either. So let's bring back those 3 courses. Also, I would highly recommend bringing back the shop classes, metal shop, wood shop, trade schools. Not every student deserves to go to college. Not every student should be put under the pressure of attending college. Just because you have what they call the sheepskin, which means a college degree, doesn't mean you're intelligent. But it does mean that you are in debt at least $100,000 minimum for a 4-year education. You go to a trade school, generally trade school is anywhere from 6 months to a year. And when you come out of that school, you could start earning average $65,000 a year to start. And you could pay off your very low trade school cost. Matter of fact, there are a couple of companies that are out in the Pacific Northwest that will actually pay for you to go to trade school, and you work for them until you get your journeyman's license. So that means your school's paid for, you're getting a paycheck put in your pocket, and they're going to support you until you get your journeyman, and then you can make a decision if you want to go out on your own or not. So, got to bring back trade schools. And you also have to get the guidance counselors and the school administrators to stop supporting radical values, and we need to do away with tenure. You don't deserve tenure just because you hit 10 years working. No. Most people working in any field don't get tenure. You should be subject to being fired. Why? Because if that is over your head, if they threaten you for not doing your job correctly, you're going to do your job correctly. When you get tenure, you get tenure, you don't have to worry about it. You do what the hell you want. And that's where the problem is. So that's my recommendation for overhauling the education system and dealing with these idiot protesters. I see out.